So here we are for a live channeled reading with me from a beautiful angel cards from this deck of cards, the Enchanted Map, which I absolutely love, and to receive some Akashic inner wisdom and guidance around what we are asking for, what we're calling in. So if you're new to my world, if you're new to jumping onto this channel, please do click follow. I always love to receive questions about the Akashic Records, how we can really connect with our own inner wisdom and guidance system. And for me, just bringing up the cards and really pulling a card to support you and help you to really connect with your own inner wisdom just brings me so much joy. And the Akashic Records are always a resource that we have available for us to support us. It's really just a connection to our soul. Our Akashic Records, I often get asked, well, what is the Akashic Records in basic terms? And in basic terms, the Akashic Records are really just a reflection of your soul, of who you are at soul level, and you are a manifested physical manifestation of who you are at soul level. So they are mirroring each other. We are our soul. There is no separation between you in the human form, the physical form, and you in the energetic form. And our Akashic Record is the window, the portal, the gateway to accessing our soul, the channel, as I love to call it. And I have a beautiful 3-day transmission called The Channel. And if that's of interest, then just type channel below and I will send you the link to that, where you really do get to connect with your own inner wisdom and guidance and understand how we can do this with this resources available to us at all times, whenever we want, whenever we choose. It's really about understanding and discerning what we're asking, who we're asking, what we're asking for, and how we can receive that information. So hopefully you should have got that. Thank you, Blanca, for commenting channel. So as with everything, I always love to come into a moment of presence. I actually did, if you are not following me yet, please hit the follow button. And on my stories on Instagram, I did just a little live this morning around presence and the importance of presence and how really it truly is such a gift to be in the present moment, to be able to connect deeply with who we are at soul level. Glad you got that link. Brilliant. If you've got any questions about it, do let me know. That we can really connect with who we are at soul level. And in the present moment, we can connect with the energy of our soul, the essence of our soul, the gifts of our soul. We can receive wisdom and guidance. Presence is the gateway, is the key, but we're often so busy, we're often so scattered, and myself included. It's like it's not always easy to be in presence, and that is not the aim of the game. The aim of the game is to recognize when we've walked and stepped so far away from presence, to be able to bring ourselves back to a moment with the breath, with our feet on the floor, connecting to our senses, whichever sense what comes, to moving, to being in this space of just being in movement, so that we can really bring that presence and that awareness back to who we are, and that we are more than just the mind, the monkey mind, chattering away, telling us to do this, must do this, have got so much to do. And so when we come into presence, we can really allow ourselves to open up and receive that. Blanca says, correct, I need to work on that. I feel like we all need to do. I mean, I used to be a mindfulness teacher back in the day, and presence was a huge thing as part of me and has become very much a part of how I do day to day. But there are times where I'm anything but present, anything but in the moment, because life happens, life goes on, life is running by, and it's about the awareness to recognize, actually, I'm not in presence right now. I've got lost down the rabbit hole. I am like beyond, so far removed. And so when we are not in presence, it's very difficult for us to access our channel, our Akashic channel, access our soul and the wisdom of our soul and the guidance of our Akashic records and our Akashic guides. So presence is absolutely key. So if you haven't gone and watched or if you've not seen my stories yet today, then please pop up there and have a look. And I'm toying with the idea of actually doing something around a little bit more around presence, because I do feel it is such an important element. Oh, thank you. Like I said, you're doing such a great job. Yeah, we're trying. So let's connect with our Akashic Records. Let's bring ourselves into a moment of presence. Let's put our feet on the floor, just even for 10, 20 seconds. That's all it really truly takes with practice. As we're doing this, we really are in a moment connected with ourselves at soul level, all energies, all things, access to all dimensions, realms, realities, possibilities when we come into presence. So allowing yourself just to come into that moment of presence. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If you're doing something else, you can still be in presence. If you've got people around you, if you're in a conversation, there is still the beauty, the gift of presence, even when you're in those spaces. So, but the breath initially allows you to come back to that. So take a deeper breath. Feel the body expand as you breathe in and release as you breathe out. And allow your senses to feel your feet on the floor, where your body is touching something, where you're sitting. Just being aware of what's going on around you. Can you hear any noises? Can you smell anything in the air? What can you see that you've not noticed? So often the things like, you know, that moment of when it's like looking for your keys and they're right in front of you and you cannot see them. This is how disconnected we are. This is how far away we are from presence, because we're thinking, oh, got to find my keys, got to find my keys. I've got somewhere to be. And they're right there, but we can't see it because we're not in the present moment. So how can you just bring yourself? Perhaps you just want to move, shake your shoulders out, shake your fingertips, shake your toes. Maybe that's what brings you up into presence. There is no right and wrong way to do it. There is only your way, your unique way of connecting with you, because you are a unique soul being. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So having connected, oh, there's one that just fell out. So this one fell out. Just fell on the floor. One upturned as well. So I'm going to actually give 2 cards today because I feel like they're actually connected. The one that fell out onto the floor is rock bottom. And that is an interesting card. But can you see how in the image it's mapped? So what is rock bottom is also on the top. And sometimes we feel like we've hit rock bottom. Actually, it's just a mirror of what we need to do, of what we can access to step up, to step forward, to move forward, to shift our perspective. Is rock bottom simply a perception? Is it just a perception that we've hit rock bottom? But in that is actually the beauty, the gift, the magic that is unfolding for us in the moment. There's something we can't quite see. Presence. Presence will bring you back to the moment, to see the gift, to see the present, to see what's important, what you're missing, what you're not quite seeing because you are focused too much on being in rock bottom or at rock bottom. We often have this analogy, the grass is always greener. Grass is always green. It's just our perception. And the other card that flipped the other way is intention and the wisdom of the owl. And that card number is 22, interestingly. So the owl, the wise owl, by having intention, can we shift from rock bottom to infinite wisdom, understanding of what is right in front of us always. It's always there. We always feel like we've got so much work to do. We've got so far to go. That if I'm at rock bottom, it takes so much effort, so much push. What if we take a breath and allow ourselves to be elevated, to move forward? Breakdowns happen right before the breakthroughs. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Those beautiful moments. And yet we fear the breakdown. We fear the breakdown. It's where we don't want to be. Yet the biggest, as you say, is the biggest breakthroughs are right there. If we can shift our perception and know that we are already there. We just have to look. We just have to come into a moment of presence. We just have to look a little bit out of our tunnel vision. And this is where sight is so important as one of those senses, that what we're looking for is right in front of us. As I said, when we're looking for our keys, they're right in front of us, yet we can't see them. So what is it that we're looking for that's right in front of us, that is the gateway to our breakthrough? Thank you for that analogy. I love that. There's so many different ways we can look at these things, that rock bottom isn't rock bottom. It's the gateway to all your dreams, to everything that you ever wanted, you ever wished for. So come back to presence. This is your reminder. It's right here. It's right in front of you. There's nothing you have to do that's extraordinary, hard, difficult, push, challenge. We have to take action. We have to step through. We have to do something differently. But take that moment. It's in the simple. Coming back to presence takes a beat. One breath cycle has already broken that spiral, that perception of being lost, that perception of being at rock bottom. Just one breath, the noticing, the presence, the 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. And the more that you do that, multiple times a day if you can, presence is the noticing, is the witnessing of the absence of presence. That in itself is presence. When you notice that you're not present, you're distracted, you have immediately come back in that moment, in that split second, come back to presence. Just in the noticing, just in the witnessing, just in the here I am. Here I am, completely distracted. And honor that, notice that, acknowledge it. And you might go straight back to the loop again. It's okay. But the noticing, the identifying, the awareness of the fact that you have slipped away from presence is presence, and beautiful presence itself. So if that's where you're feeling, shift your perception, come back to your intention and presence. Where are you going? What are you doing? Where do you want to go? Take action. Listen to the whispers in that space of presence. Listen to the guidance of your Akashic Record, your soul, whispering to you all the time. We just can't hear it because we are so scattered. We are focused on what isn't working. Ask, what is working? What can I do to step closer to my intention, my dream, my goal? That's where we light our souls, light us, every spark of our being. This for me is the embodied soul. This is the presence of being the embodied soul, that soul gets to live through us in every cell, awake, lit up, sparked, in joy, navigating the challenges differently because we're having a human experience. We're not here to navigate, to eliminate the challenge. I say this a lot in all my containers, in my circles, in my groups, in my one-to-ones. We're not here to eliminate the challenge. But when we are in presence, we can navigate the challenge so differently, so much more powerfully. We step into our power, we step into our own autonomy, we step into our sovereignty. You've got this. You're in the perfect place. Shift your perception, your perspective. Come into presence. Take a breath. And if you've got any questions about anything, just drop me a DM. If you're interested in becoming an Akashic Record practitioner, drop the comment embodied below, and I will send you the link to the practitioner course where you get to experience and become the version of yourself that you are truly desiring to be, and as the embodied soul, and doing powerful, powerful past life readings for yourself and for your clients. Then let me know. Beautiful. Thank you, Blanca, for joining me today. Thank you, everybody else, for joining me today. My DMs are always open if you've got a question about the Akashic Records, how to work with me, how to connect with your own Akashic Records. I have something for everyone, no matter what part of the journey you're on. It's a beautiful, wonderful tool and a wisdom that will light your soul and light your life. I will see you again next week for another card reading. Bye for now.